All right, for your last notes, we're doing section 4.4, using shadows and similar triangles to find heights. Okay, so right here we have a person is 5 feet tall and they have a 4 foot tall, shadow. And then we have at the same time a tree that we don't know the height of has a shadow that's 10 feet. And we want to figure out how tall is the tree. And it says we're going to use proportions to do this. Okay. Whenever the sun is casting shadows on objects, it's creating two similar shapes, two similar triangles, if you can see that right here. So when you're setting these up, you can always use proportions and use scale factor to help you find the missing lengths. So what you're going to do is you're going to write a ratio of the person versus their shadow, or I should say the object. I apologize. Let's change that to object over the shadow when we're setting these proportions up, or when we're setting up the ratio for each of them. So we're going to put object over shadow. Okay, so the person is our object. They are 5 foot tall over their shadow is 4 feet. So we're going to put 5 feet over 4 feet. That's the person, their object over shadow. And that is going to be equal to the other object over shadow, which is the tree, which is our unknown. So maybe we put an X there, over its shadow, which is 10 feet. So this is the person over their shadow, and then the tree over its shadow. Okay? So then we can solve this proportion. We can either use scale factor or cross product. If we do cross product, to get X, we would just multiply the two numbers diagonally across from each other, do 5 times 10, and then divide by the one that's across from the X, divided by 4, and that will give you your X. So 5 times 10 we know is 50, and then if we take 50 and we divide it by 4, we would get then 12.5 for our X. And that would be then in feet, and that's the height of the tree. Okay, let's see, is that logical? Well, the person was bigger than their shadow, so the tree should be bigger than its shadow. So yep, that makes sense, and the tree is bigger than the person. Okay, we can also solve this proportion by using scale factor. We can figure out how many times 4 goes into 10 by dividing it. If I do 4 divided by 10, I can see, oh, that would be 0.4, but it's getting bigger. So instead of 4 divided by 10, I want to do 10 divided by 4, which is 2.5. So that's 2.5 times bigger. Okay, if I took 5 then times 2.5, I would also get 12.5. Okay, so with proportions, you always have two options. You can either find the scale factor between them, or you can do the cross product to get your answer. All right, so that is your lesson then on using shadows with similar triangles.